If you can't fight, disappear. In the wild, the best armor is simply not being there. The leaf-tailed gecko looks like a piece of moss with eyes. Its tail mimics a rotting leaf with veins, spots, and even holes from insects. It doesn't hide on the tree, it is the tree. This gecko lives in the tropical forests of Madagascar. During the day, it stays completely still on trunks and branches, pressed tightly against the bark. Its body is flat, its edges break its outline, and its colors perfectly match dead leaves and lichens. Even the smallest details, wrinkles, bumps, tiny imperfections make it almost impossible to see. It survives through perfect camouflage. Natural selection favored those that blended in the best. The gecko doesn't run, it doesn't fight. For predators, it simply doesn't exist. Birds, snakes, mammals, they look promo at it and see nothing. Only at night does it move. It slowly comes to life, hunts insects, and feeds in the darkness. Before sunrise, it disappears again. In a forest where every movement can give you away, survival means becoming invisible. The mimic octopus is a master of transformation. In a single moment, it can become a sea snake, a venomous lionfish, or just a piece of sand. It doesn't have a fixed appearance, it has a strategy. This species lives on the muddy seafloor of Indonesia and Australia. At first glance, there's nowhere to hide. No rocks, no corals, just open ground. But its skin holds millions of chromatophores, cells that instantly change color, texture, and even the shape of its body. It can twist its arms to mimic a deadly sea snake, spread them out like a lionfish, or flatten itself into the sand and disappear completely. It survives through rapid transformation. This isn't just camouflage, it's active mimicry. Predators that fear venomous animals hesitate or back away, and it works both ways. While others stay cautious, the octopus moves closer, close enough to strike. Natural selection favored those that could change faster, look more convincing, and react in a split second, because here, hesitation means death. In a world with nowhere to hide, the only way to survive is to become something else.
The orchid mantis is a flower with hunger. It stays perfectly still, waiting for a bee to fall in love with a predator. It lives in the tropical forests of Malaysia and Indonesia. Its body looks exactly like orchid petals, pink, white, or yellow, with soft shapes and delicate veins. It sits on real flowers and becomes part of them. Nothing moves. Nothing feels out of place. To other insects, it looks completely safe. It survives through aggressive mimicry. This isn't about hiding, it's about attracting prey. Pollinators see a flower and land right on it. That's when it strikes. Fast, precise, final. Natural selection favored those that looked more convincing, more like a real flower, more attractive, more deceptive. The better the illusion, the higher the chance to survive. And this disguise works both ways. It helps the mantis hunt and protects it from its own predators. In a world where speed isn't everything, patience, stillness, and deception become the most powerful weapons.
The owl butterfly is a pair of giant eyes on fragile wings, a false face meant to scare away real hunger, a lie told in scales. It lives in the rainforests of South America. When it opens its wings, two large eyes appear, patterns that closely resemble the eyes of an owl. Dark wings, bright circles, a strong contrast that stands out even in low light. It survives through deception. Predators, especially birds, don't see a butterfly. They see something larger, something dangerous. That moment of hesitation can mean everything. If the attack still happens, it rarely hits the body. Birds strike the eyes on the wings instead. The butterfly escapes, damaged but alive. Natural selection favored those with larger, clearer, more convincing patterns. The more realistic the illusion, the higher the chance to survive. In a forest full of hunters, survival means changing what others see. Not prey, but a threat.
The pygmy seahorse is smaller than a grain of rice. It lives on a coral that looks exactly like its own body. To find it is to see the invisible. It lives on coral reefs in Indonesia and Papua New Guinea. Its body is covered in tiny bumps and rounded shapes that perfectly match the polyps of Gorgonian coral. Its color, red, yellow, or orange, is identical to the coral it calls home. At first glance, there is nothing there. No movement, no outline, just coral. It survives through perfect mimicry. Every part of its body blends into its surroundings, from its head to its tail. It doesn't travel or search for new places. Each seahorse attaches itself to one coral and stays there for life. Predators like fish and crabs simply don't notice it. There is nothing to detect. Natural selection was unforgiving. Only the most precise copies survived. Those that matched perfectly lived. In a world where size offers no protection, survival means becoming invisible. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.